The Toronto Raptors were not a play-in tournament team to many for the 2021-22 NBA season. However, here we are in March, and the Raptors are sitting in a 7 seed, even while having the worst bench from a scoring standpoint in the NBA. AKA, their starting lineup is pretty good. Let's talk about them and the upside they have to be one of, if not the best, starting lineup in the NBA moving forward. Fred VanVleet, Gary Trent, OG Anunoby, Scottie Barnes, and Pascal Siakam. That is the group we are going to be discussing today. There's no weak point in this lineup. You don't look at this lineup and say, oh, there's one starter here who really isn't as good as the others, or oh, there's one starter who shouldn't really be a starter or wouldn't be on most teams in the NBA. I think you can make the argument that every player on this team would start for at least half of the teams in the NBA. At least. These are all above average quality starters. All of which are relatively two-way players. Scotty Barnes maybe isn't quite where you would like him to be defensively yet, but odds are he will be. There's multiple facilitators on this team between Freddie, Scottie, and Siakam. There's multiple guys who can get their own bucket. Pretty much everyone, with the exception of Scottie. This team has so much versatility, switchability on defense. Not to mention the production and performance of each individual piece. So let's talk about each individual piece. Fred VanVleet is an all-star. He's integral to the success of the Raptors. He's the engine, just as Lowry was. He likely won't improve much, but he is an all-star currently and will be a member of this Toronto Raptors team for a while to come. Nothing else needs to be said. Freddie's an all-star. Gary Trent, however, does still have room for improvement. He has taken big steps forward throughout each of the last 2 years, and there's no reason to believe that this year will be the last of his development. This year, he has improved his efficiency, has become a much, much better defender, one of the best players in the NBA at getting steals and deflections while making big strides at being a 3-level scorer. He's far from being an elite level 1 yet, but he has a great 3-point shot still while improving his mid-range ability in terms of getting his shot at the mid-range and making it. And although his efficiency isn't quite where you would like it to be at the rim yet, he looks more comfortable and more assertive and aggressive at getting to and finishing at the rim this year, which hopefully will lead to some more positive strides moving forward. At only 23, there is full reasons to believe, as someone who's taken notable steps through each of his seasons in the NBA, that there will be more progress from Gary Trent over the next few seasons. OG Anunoby has not been as good recently this season and has missed some time with injury, but he has shown that he has taken a step forward on the offensive end when needed. He was key at the start of the year when the Raptors without Pascal Siakam and Gary Trent. Showed some more mid-range shooting ability, the ability to create his own shot, very good footwork, and power moves down in the paint to get some easy buckets. His defense has taken a drop at times this year, no doubt, but a lot of that is when he was having to carry the load of the offense, when he just simply didn't have as much energy or effort to put in on the defensive end. Because when you have to carry an offense and you're playing 38, 40 minutes a night, yeah, you probably can't lock down the opposing player's best wing as well. That's probably to be expected, especially at the start of the season. His efficiency has taken a significant drop as well. However, his increase in shots has been significant, as well as the difficulty of those shots. When the Raptors are healthy, he is that. He is a 3-and-D wing who occasionally will play with the second unit and pick up a little bit more offensive responsibility, but he doesn't have to be primary offensive guy for the Raptors when everyone's available. Pascal Siakam has reminded everyone this season that he is an All-NBA talent, period. His defense, he does not get enough credit for. He is a better 3-level scorer than people will also give him credit for. Shooting 34% from deep on the year, shooting at an above-average rate from mid-range, and a great finisher at the rim. The greatest thing to look forward to moving forward from Siakam is his improved playmaking. His playmaking range, vision, and passing have all improved this season. It has been by far and away the best playmaking and passing season of his career. If he can continue to be a great facilitator, it makes him that much harder to defend. And alongside Scottie, alongside Fred VanVleet, there's just so much facilitating on this roster. So as Siakam continues to improve his own facilitating, as there's more facilitators on the team, it makes it easier for this Raptors offense to create looks. And as Siakam's passing has to be respected more, it makes it easier for Siakam get his own buckets. But at the core of it all, it's the ceiling raiser of the Raptors' future. It's Scottie Barnes. He is the future. He is the light. He's the brightness at the end of the tunnel. He is the future superstar. Scottie Barnes has the upside and potential to raise this team from playoff regular to NBA title contender. He already has such an amazing feel and intelligence for the game at such a young age. This is something you can't teach. You also can't teach his athleticism, his length, his bounce. Even though he doesn't always play displaying that elite athleticism, he has it, and he does display it at times where he does use that leap, he does use that quick step, he does use that long wingspan on the defensive end. And sometimes he just doesn't use that athleticism because he doesn't have to, because of his basketballing ability or because of his intelligence for the game. Something that gets noted is the fact that he doesn't jump very high on his first jumps for rebounds, but that's because he likes to get that second jump so fast so that he can have a faster second bounce than everyone else if needed. The things that he does on the basketball court are just things that you can't teach rookies. He just has an innate feel for the game. His rebounding is already very good. He knows how to use his length, size, and strength, and does not shy away from contact any bit at all. He is the best offensive rebounding and second chance point rookie in the NBA. And that willingness to embrace contact is what makes him so good in that role. His shooting and offense is already way ahead of schedule, shooting 49% from the field, 30% from deep on 2.5 attempts per game. Sure, it's not amazing, but people thought he wasn't going to be able to shoot at all to start his NBA career. So, way ahead schedule. And a short mid-range game and around the elbow area on a bit of a push shot, money. Can have some inconsistencies, but it already looks very comfortable. It's certain that Scottie Barnes is not exactly going to be a superstar tomorrow, but he has shown the upside and the work ethic to get there. If the Raptors can get a bench with the development of their starting lineup, and specifically the development of Scottie Barnes, the sky is the limit for the Toronto Raptors.